Hello, welcome. It's Dr. Fred Frizzle here again, and firstly I'd like to apologise for the bad quality in my last video. Um, what I noticed about my last video is it didn't actually show you the whole bottom of this page. Right, so basically what happens is when your hydrogen H plus ions from your hydrogen atoms from the reduced coenzymes are like given up, that they flow across via these protein carriers, and then they get into membrane space down here, which is this bit of the diagram in between these two lines, in case my finger's not it's like frozen or something, because this webcam is quite slow. And they build up down here, but they want to get back over to the other side. The only way they can do this is by the ATP synthase channel. They go through this, and this movement, the force of this movement, joins the ADP, adenosine diphosphate, and your inorganic phosphate in order to form more ATP. Now, I didn't mention in the last video either, overall, this whole process of respiration is supposed to make 30 ATP. Now, all the 30 ATP isn't always produced, because some of it is lost along the way, because some of it's used for energy. So you may be thinking, well, why does it need this energy? Well, because glycolysis, as you can see, happens in the cytoplasm of the cell, that's quite far away from the organelle and the mitochondria. Oh yeah, by the way, this diagram, this cell membrane here, which seems to be showing a cell like that, that's not the actual size of the cell. Of course, I've scaled up this mitochondria. It wouldn't actually be this big in comparison to the size of the cell. But anyway, so the products from glycolysis, as you remember, is your pyruvate and your reduced coenzymes, because there's reduced NAD from that as well. That they need to travel a long way in order to actually reach this crystal inner membrane in order to carry out oxidative phosphorylation. So some of this ATP energy is used to obviously move that. There's also a lot of other energy requirements, like some of these hydrogen ions might move away instead of the intermembrane space. Instead of going back over this crystal into the matrix like they're supposed to, that they might sort of head off down the. They might head off over here, for example, so they might end up in the wrong place. So that obviously wastes some energy, because they're not actually used to join this ADP and PI. So I just want you to understand the fact that not all this ATP that's supposedly produced, the 30 that should be produced, not all of it is always actually produced. So that pretty much concludes oxidative phosphorylation. I'd just like to say that that's pretty much the end of this set of videos on aerobic respiration. And please, if you have any questions, ask and like comment on my channel. And the next little sub-series of this A-level section will be on photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, again, is quite a complex process like this, and I can't stress this enough. Don't worry if you don't understand all of this. It's likely not to be because I'm bad at explaining things. It is likely to be just because this is a complex process to actually remember. So please be patient, and please try to just note down some of these key terms and actually go over them again and again and again. That's how I remember this. The only reason why I can remember this is because I've gone over this loads and loads of times, and that, I think, is the best technique in order to remember things. So I hope you've enjoyed this set of videos. Oh yeah, one last thing actually before I go. Oxidative phosphorylation. Do you actually know why it's called this? The actual reason why it's called this is because the oxidative bit is because this reduced NAD has become reoxidized in a sense, because it was in its reduced form because of the addition of hydrogen, like from the previous stages of like glycolysis and that. It's had the addition of an H atom from other atoms involved in the process. So what's happened is this has become reduced, but it's reoxidized at this point in the process, at this step in aerobic respiration, which is the fourth and final step of oxidative phosphorylation. The NAD and FAD coenzymes are reoxidized. And another interesting snippet for you to know, you're probably thinking at the moment that the source of these protons and these electrons are from reduced NAD and reduced FAD. Well, reduced FAD actually only provides it only provides one of these two. The reduced NAD provides both of these, but reduced FAD only provides the electrons, I believe. So, which is an interesting fact. But like, anyway, the point is, overall oxidative phosphorylation, the first step is called oxidation or oxidative, which is basically just because the NAD and the other coenzymes are reoxidized. The phosphorylation bit, as you should remember from glycolysis, the first step in glycolysis is phosphorylation, adding phosphate to things is known as phosphorylation, and the same thing happens here. Obviously ADP has phosphate added to it in order to create your ATP, like using your ATP synthase enzyme. So anyway, I hope this video has been helpful, and hope you understand each of the individual steps of aerobic respiration. And as I said before, the next few videos will be on photosynthesis. So see you soon. Goodbye.